Boni, please, tutafute watu. We must pass this. We have marked.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I beg to move that the Senate adopts the report of the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on the County Government Additional Allocation Cash Disbursement Schedule for the financial year 2024-2025, laid on the table of the Senate on Tuesday, 27th of May 2025, and that pursuant to Section 17(7) of the Public Finance Management Act, the Senate approves the County Government Additional Allocation Cash Disbursement Schedule for financial year 2024-2025. Mr. Speaker, we passed the County Government Allocation, County Government Additional Allocation recently after a lot of controversy between ourselves and the National Assembly. And unfortunately, this has really pushed us to the end of the financial year. And we, as the Finance Committee, we've pushed to get the disbursement schedule in order to guide the National Treasury to be able to release the funds approved within the current financial year. And in the report of the committee, we're recommending for approval of the cash disbursement schedule as contained, the county additional allocation as contained. The Treasury has accepted and presented that they will disburse the entire county additional allocation in the month of May and in the month of June in order for them to comply within the current financial year, as we are already in the process of doing the same county additional allocation and other documents for the following financial year, that is 2025-2026, including division of revenue and other instruments. Mr. Speaker, sir, we are requesting the Senate to approve the disbursement schedule because this is an issue that does not have much controversy. It's just an instrument meant for facilitation of release of the funds of the bill as approved by this House and concurred by the National Assembly through mediation process. If we get this disbursement schedule for county additional allocation approved in time, then we will have the opportunity to have those funds sent to the counties in time before the closure of the financial year, and for the county governments to be able to factor in the current budget they are proposing, because the county governments will most definitely be unable to absorb within this less than 35 days left of the closure of the financial year. However, because most of these funds are going to go to a special purpose account in the county government, because they are conditional and unconditional grants allocated for specific purposes within the county additional allocation, that it is not going to go into the normal processes. However, appropriation of the same will require to be captured in the budgets of the county governments before the closure of the financial year. And that really necessitates the need for us to approve the disbursement schedule to facilitate the flow of funds to be able to be released to county governments. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move and request the secondment of Senator Sifuna, the cash disbursement schedule. My apologies. It's just a schedule.
Honourable Speaker, I rise to second. But of course, I was expecting that the chair of the Finance Committee would say a few words about the fact that from the first day that we came to this House, we have passed a disbursement schedule every financial year. National Treasury has never complied with any of the disbursement schedules that we have passed. So I don't know, Honourable Speaker, what confidence the chair has that this ritual that we engage in every year has any meaning at all. If you speak to the county governors, Honourable Speaker, they will tell you they have been receiving the disbursement of the shareable revenue for February in May. Honorable Speaker, why do we engage in this ritual? I am hoping that the people who have been here before or longer can explain to us, really, do we need to do this? And the Chair of Finance has rightly noted, if you look at the time that is remaining in the financial year, then you disburse in 2 tranches. And I am sure, I highly suspect that it will not even be done as he has proposed. My view would have been, Honorable Chair, that Treasury must be told to send that money in 1 tranche in this month of May, Honorable Speaker, so that we don't have those stories of capacity to absorb or the time to absorb these resources. Otherwise, for me, as I second, this ritual has never made sense to me because no one listens to us. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Senators will now proceed to propose the question, which is that the Senate adopt the report of the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on the county government's additional allocations cash disbursement schedule for the financial year 2024-2025, laid on the table of the Senate on Tuesday, the 27th of May 2025, and that pursuant to Section 17(7) of the Public Finance Management Act, the Senate approves the county government's additional allocations cash disbursement schedule for the financial year 2024-2025. Now the floor is open for debate. The Honorable Osotsi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I think I want to echo the statement by Senator Sifuna that this disbursement schedule that we pass for equitable share and also additional allocation has become a ritual, and that no one takes it seriously, especially at the Treasury. Not in terms of the amounts, but in terms of the time when the money is sent. I think something has to be done about this because looks like junior officers in Treasury are exercising powers which they don't have and which Senate has. Because when we pass this schedule, this is like law, Mr. Speaker, but this law is never followed by Treasury. So I think this is one issue that we really need to interrogate so that to ensure that when we pass a disbursement schedule, Treasury must look for the money and get that money to the counties. Mr. Speaker, ideally, when we pass the division of revenue in this House, ideally that money should be sent in whole to the counties. But appreciating the fact that government has to have a way of collecting that money, that is why we decided that we send it in bits per month. But even that, they are not able to follow that, Mr. Speaker. So I think we either amend the law to make it mandatory that the schedule must be complied with, or we stop this exercise altogether because it's not making sense, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on the issue of additional allocation, it is just this month is ending this week, and then we start June. I wonder, even if this money is sent to the counties, whether they will have time to absorb this money, Mr. Speaker. That's why I support the sentiment that instead of sending this money in 2 tranches, this money should just be sent in 1 tranche this month, tomorrow. This money should be sent tomorrow so that at least counties have a month to absorb this money. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, we will be just creating an opportunity for this money to be plundered or this money to be taken back because it has not been spent. Otherwise, I support the motion, but with that additions that maybe the committee should insist that this money should be sent in 1 tranche at a go. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mandago.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I support
the sending of the money to counties for this conditional allocation. However, Honorable Speaker, I want to agree with Senator Otsosi that I think it is time we amend the law to make it compulsory for National Treasury to send the money to counties as has been allocated as per the schedule, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we may also want to amend the PFM Act so that we separate the National Treasury from the business of managing finances of the national government, Honorable Speaker, because there's confusion in Treasury that treasuries seem to behave that they are a treasury of national government and county governments have to go there and beg. The Treasury is supposed to serve the two levels of government in an equal measure. Honorable Speaker, it is saddening to note that sometimes salaries for workers in county governments delay, but the salaries in national government agencies and the public service do get their salaries on time because the disbursement schedule is not being followed by Treasury, Honorable Speaker. And therefore, as we support the passage of this schedule, Honorable Speaker, we are concerned that National Treasury have continuously failed to honor the schedule that this House has developed, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, putting service delivery in counties into jeopardy, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, by failing to follow the disbursement schedule, National Treasury is continuously accumulating pending bills in counties and creating a situation where businesses are collapsing. And Honorable Speaker, one of the reasons or the purpose of government is actually to create employment. If we continue creating pending bills, we are destroying businesses that are actually employers of other Kenyans. Not all Kenyans will be employed by the government. Not all Kenyans will work in public service. There are Kenyans who are being employed by Kenyans who are entrepreneurs, who are running business, and therefore, when National Treasury delay or fail to follow that disbursement schedule, they are actually not only creating a problem for county governments, but they are also generally creating a problem in the economy, Honorable Speaker. And I therefore suggest, Honorable Speaker, to my friend and colleague, the Senator for Mandera and the Chair of Finance and Budget, that they, as a committee, they consider bringing amendments to PFM Act so that we can streamline this process and ensure that funds go to county on a timely manner, Honorable Speaker. I support.
Senator Jonyut.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also rise to support the disbursement, disbursement schedule motion because, Mr. Speaker, we have had issues with counties. And every time we have an opportunity to meet governors or people who work for county governments in our counties, Mr. Speaker, sometimes they take us to task. And because, Mr. Speaker, we always tell people in our counties that we are the people that pass the division of revenue bill and therefore affording our counties cash resources which they spend, Mr. Speaker. But then sometimes these disbursement of funds take months, Mr. Speaker, and therefore service delivery is affected in a negative way. Mr. Speaker, as we support this motion, it's also important that we emphasize that the Treasury follows strictly the disbursement schedule that we are going to pass, Mr. Speaker, so that our counties can also be able to plan. Honorable Speaker, when you do not know when funds will be availed to you, it is very hard for you to plan. And for counties to offer services, Mr. Speaker, they have to do proper planning in good time. And it's only through following of this particular disbursement schedule that we are going to pass through this motion, Mr. Speaker, that counties can be able to plan and deliver services to our people. We have had very many problems also with the delayed salaries for those that work for the county government. And sometimes counties are forced to borrow money from banks, which of course attracts interest, and to pay county government employees. And when then counties borrow money on interest and they pay interest on the same, then it means that the counties which have very limited resources, they continue wasting funds on interest that would have gone to better use and to offer services to our people, Mr. Speaker. And so the Treasury should and must follow strictly this disbursement schedule and disburse money at the right time as per the schedule, in order for counties to be able to continue offering services in the right way, and so that we can also be able to oversight. Because if we know that counties have received funds in time, then we will be able to ask those very important questions as to why services have not been delivered, or as to why there are delays in delivery of the same. And so, Mr. Speaker, I support this motion that we pass this, that disbursement schedule be approved, so that, Mr. Speaker, we can continue, doing the service that we are supposed to do to our counties. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I support.
The Senate Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to support this motion by our Budget and Finance Committee Chairperson. And this what now has been termed as a ritual. I think somebody referred to it as a ritual, which nobody adheres to, and should be of concern to us. Where I'm concerned, though, is what is being proscribed as a solution eventually to this problem. Mr. Speaker, I have listened to colleagues try to figure out what exactly can we do to ensure that the National Treasury complies with this cash disbursement schedule that we pass. It's important to bring to the attention of colleagues that while we do this ritual every year, Mr. Speaker, there is no record that for the last I don't know how many years in the existence of devolution, that there has been compliance with the schedule to the exact date and time, Mr. Speaker. In fact, much as people may not agree to it, this is the closest we've ever come to a disbursement schedule, because I know many counties now are either catching up with March or April, Mr. Speaker. We have had instances in the past, Mr. Speaker, where we have gotten to June and counties haven't received their December disbursements. I know, Mr. Speaker, you know this for a fact. You have served as a county governor. And this problem doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. Therefore, as a Senate of the Republic, we must think creatively, and we must find ways that are practical and that will eventually make our counties economically viable. As they are today, Mr. Speaker, this is not possible. Look at what we are passing in this disbursement schedule, Mr. Speaker. We are passing additional resources, 2.9 billion shillings for the KIPES. And Senator Roba, you must convince us that in the next division of revenue, or actually when you do county government, CARA, eventually, Senator, that those counties that are yet to receive the counter-matching funds for KIPES, Mr. Speaker, will be considered. Otherwise, we will suffer the prejudice of having passed resources to other counties to the detriment of other counties, Mr. Speaker. There is 3.24 billion that is being passed to CHPs. How unfair, Mr. Speaker. It's either you have a job or you don't. Surely, if in the month of May is when we are sending resources to pay these people that have been working through the year, are we really being fair to these community health promoters, Mr. Speaker? I wish, Mr. Speaker, we were just plain and honest and told them that you do not have a salary. I know it's a stipend, but even that stipend, Mr. Speaker, it must be timely. 5,000, much as it may look like nothing to many people, if it comes in a timely manner, Mr. Speaker, at least it could help people get by. But if we are sending it at the end of the financial year, Mr. Speaker, there is even an extra 1.8 billion, which is basic salary arrears for health workers, Mr. Speaker, across our counties. I told us as a House last week or 2 months ago that we must reflect and begin to feel embarrassed. That every time you hear there's a demonstration outside the Senate, 9 out of 10 times it will be health workers, Mr. Speaker, for one reason or the other. We must confront this issue of remuneration to health workers, Mr. Speaker, at the county level. It is clear that there was no elaborate plan, Mr. Speaker, and everybody keeps pussyfooting about it. Nobody is clear and certain of when and how their matters